About half of teachers will leave that profession within the first 5 years. It's happening all across the country and even right here in this community.
News 18's Holly Campbell joins us now with the story of one man who left the classroom after just 1 year. Holly.
Long days, low pay, stress, and standardized tests are some of the reasons one teacher decided to leave the classroom after his first year behind the desk.
Thanks for calling McGraw's. This is Mike.
Michael McCarty is the bar manager at McGraw's Steak, Chop, and Fish House in Tippecanoe County. But less than 2 years ago, his life was drastically different. McCarty was a middle school English teacher in Newton County.
I knew what my first class would be. It was going to be a group of sixth graders, and I kind of tried to go through it in my head, get the words in order.
McCarty still remembers his first day as a teacher.
It was over before I knew it, and then, next thing you know, you're a teacher, I guess.
But after a few months, McCarty started to have a change of heart about his career in the classroom.
I didn't feel like the focus was on the individual student in a way that I thought that it would be. It was on, let's see if we can hit these statistics. Let's see if we can get these test scores back so that we can get this money and we can keep the ball rolling.
Instead of teaching things he was passionate about, like literature and writing, McCarty says he was always preparing his students for the next standardized test.
I think it's difficult for the student to take any of them seriously. The more tests you give them, the less it seems that, the more easy it is to say, like, well, it's just another test, and kind of blow it off.
Tests that carry a lot of weight. State test scores are used to evaluate students, teachers, and schools. McCarty says he wanted to be a teacher because he looked up to his growing up. But he says education today is a lot different than it was back then.
I wanted to be a role model. I don't think you're able to do that nearly as much with the current model because there just isn't as much leeway for teacher-student interaction.
McCarty says he had a hard time balancing his time between family and work.
The amount of time required to be really effective as a teacher, I didn't feel like I had it. It wasn't that I didn't have the desire to do it or the passion to do it. I just don't feel like that time was there.
After his first year in the classroom, McCarty didn't return, and he's not the only one. Of the nearly 400,000 teachers in the U.S. with less than 3 years of experience, 7% left the profession after the 2012-2013 school year.
The turnaround that we see from our first-year teachers is probably less than 10%, really, when you get down to it, of those who, after 1 year, even 2 years, literally leave the profession.
Lafayette School Corporation Superintendent Les Huddle says there are a lot of reasons first-year teachers leave. Their personal lives can play a role, and the realization that teaching isn't what they thought it would be can lead to a career change.
You're really in front of the kids by yourself, and once you're in there by yourself, some just have that aha moment that said, boy, this looked good before I got here, and it's just not a career for me.
Got you down for 4 tonight at 7 o'clock.
A career McCarty says was taking over his life.
I can't imagine staying in a profession where I felt like that. I'm sure it's harder at the very beginning. Certainly it would get easier the more years you get behind you. But I got the sense, even from teachers who'd been doing it for a much longer amount of time, that because we were constantly shifting and revising the way that we grade teachers and what the state standards are, they couldn't even keep their footing.
McCarty says looking back on his year in the classroom, what he misses the most is the students.
But do I miss the stress? Do I miss the commuting? Do I miss the feeling that I didn't really know what was expected of me or what I was supposed to be doing or how to do it? No, I definitely do not miss that.
51% of the teachers who left the profession after the 2012-2013 school year say they can manage their current workload better than when they were a teacher, something McCarty agrees with.
But I don't take stress home with me. I leave my job at my job, and that feels really good. And the pay is better. That's as sad as that may make some people. It is better doing this.
For more statistics on teacher dropout rates, head to our website at WLFI.com. Tomorrow on News 18 at 6 o'clock, we talk to a teacher about her first year in the classroom. Holly Campbell, News 18.